Welcome back to the program here on this particular Saturday, the first one of May 2025. We have a special guest with us. He's one of the best in the business when it comes to handicapping all the races. You know him from many times on our show, be it on the podcast form, the radio days. We say hello to our pal Darrell Wood here as it is the 151st edition of the Kentucky Derby. Darrell, good to talk with you again here on Derby Day. How pumped are you for it?
Yeah, no, thanks guys for the invitation and I always love doing this. And, it's the biggest day of the year. It's the one day that no matter what walk of life you're in, what your economic status is, you are a racing fan. And it's one of the greatest events in sports. So, yeah, always happy on Derby Day.
Absolutely. You break it down so thoroughly for us. There's a lot of storylines. There's Bob Baffert back at Churchill Downs. There is this heavy favorite that's got a really neat name for us that are writers, journalism, that is the favorite here, expected by many that follow this to be a really, really strong horse. And there's also the potential of weather, muddy or sloppy track. Take them how you want in any order you want there, Darrell. The potential weather here, Baffert back, who's had so much success, and journalism. What really grabs you the most?
Well, I think first off, Bob Baffert, he set a 3-year penalty of racing at Churchill Downs and in the Kentucky Derby, and he's got a horse from the rail, maybe not the best spot at all. Citizen Bull is his name, but he's good on an off track, which could happen today. Breeders' Cup, a juvenile winner. He was last year's 2-year-old champion. So Baffert's coming in with a really solid horse here today, and I'm sure there's nothing he'd like more than to get back to the winner's circle at Churchill Downs. You mentioned journalism, a horse that's just so much to like about this horse. He's the favorite, I believe, most recently at 7-2 odds, but has won 4 in a row. His speed figures are great. His workouts have been great. His breeding is great. He can close. He can be on the front end, on track, off track. And again, lots to like. And I'll tell you what, you guys are in the business too, and I'm so intrigued with the hunch exacta of journalism and publisher. What an opportunity to throw a couple bucks on a hunch bet. But yeah, lots of other storylines too. The weather could be a factor. We're not going to know. We do know that the Churchill Downs track does dry out quickly after rain. So the rain looks like it's forecasted early in the day. So it's really going to be a post-time decision on, what the track is like and where your betting opportunities go.
There you have it, Ed, from Darrell. You drop the exacta of journalism and publisher and you win. You got to split it with Darrell 50-50.
You never know. Those stupid hunch bets, you can read all the past performance data, but sometimes those hunch bets just come in, things that just seem to make sense. So you can't ignore that for sure.
Very true. Ed?
Well, I'd like to have a hunch that says, first of all, good morning, Darrell, and we really appreciate you coming in. We know this is a day where the world wants you, so we're glad you gave us some time. Even though I haven't really did any studying on him, give me Chunk of Gold, because I can use some money or some gold right now, so I'll take it either way. Darrell, the thing I want to ask you, Darrell, in racing, I probably ask you this every year. We talk a lot about the trainer. Matt led off with Baffert being back in, and of course with the horse. How important is the jockey, the person riding the horse? And secondly, who in your mind is the best jockey in this race today?
Well, I tell you what, Ed, we had the Virginia Derby. This year was a prep race for the Kentucky Derby back on March 15th at Colonial Downs, and that was the first time ever that the Derby used to be run in fall. It was a turf race, and this year with Churchill Downs owning the track, it only made sense to move that race to spring, and the winner is an automatic win-in-your-in horse for the Derby, and that's American Promise, who I'm sure we'll talk about here in a minute. But that day at Colonial Downs, Flavian Pratt was there. He had 5 or 6 wins that day. Manny Franco, who's in the field today as well, raced the day before Derby Day at Colonial Downs and had, I believe, 6 wins. And it's just to be able to see firsthand, and we've got a really good group of jockeys there, but to see firsthand how these elite riders come in and can make a difference is eye-opening. I think the best, at least from everything I've read, I think it's Neoquo's number 2 horse. They think the rider there is going to be the best in the race. Um, and that's, of course, Flavien Prat. But to see it firsthand in person was just amazing. It's a big deal. But again, it's a crowded field, 19 horses. And that's why this is a day of upsets, too. That's why Giacomo paid $102 to win about 10 years ago, going off of 50 to 1. So that's what the Derby's all about. It's that's why there's very few Triple Crown winners over the past 50 years, too.
And you mentioned American Promise there, Darrell. Correct me if I'm wrong, trained by Dwayne Lucas. Horse is very fast, can be a factor in this thing.
Yeah, that's the hometown horse. So any Virginian watching your show today, that's the horse that we're rooting for in Virginia. He won the Virginia Derby, March 15th. Dwayne Lucas, 89 years old. Uh, Even more intriguing that after that Derby win in March in New Kent, the horse has not raced since then. So we've strictly been training him for 7 weeks, getting respect on the board. His morning line was 30 to 1. Most recently looked like he had dropped to 12 to 1. So he's definitely getting respect from the public. He's a mutter. That will help as well. But more importantly, he's fresh off a win here in Virginia, and he's Virginia's horse in the Kentucky Derby.
Chatting with Darrell Wood here as it's Kentucky Derby Day. Our guest on 757 Saturday Sports Talk, powered by CoVA Sports TV. Like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and interact wherever you are here with us on this particular Saturday. And Darrell, as we got you for a moment here, if folks want to check out more and everything involving Churchill Downs, Colonial Downs, the Derby, and what you do, how can they do so online? What's the best way?
I'll tell you what, exciting things happening in New Kent. There's going to be a 9-week season this summer, every Wednesday through Saturday. Purse money going for about $600,000 a day. And when you tell people that, they kind of take a step back. But yeah, that shows the quality of the racing we've got here in New Kent right now under the leadership of Churchill Downs. The Virginia Derby was part of a 3-day spring meet that took place in March, and that's going to be a regular staple as well. But everything is at colonialdowns.com and virginiahorseracing.com. Those are your two go-to sites. But really encourage fans to come out this summer. A very short drive from the Tidewater Peninsula area. Every Wednesday through Saturday afternoon, though Friday nights at 4 o'clock. But great show and great competitiveness between the jocks, trainers, and horses.
You might find Ed and me one of these days in the summer, as we were at New Kent just a couple of months ago for a big basketball game when the Trojans were undefeated, Ed.
Well, Darrell, let me just say this. I will be there. I think I've gone the last couple of summers. You telling me I missed the Virginia Derby. I didn't know it was moved to March. Is there going to be a particular race kind of like the Virginia Derby would be the highlight race, or they're all just very similar? And I do want to echo to people, it's a great day to go out, spend a few tokens here and there, get some food, and watch the horses running around. I love it. I'm sold.
Yeah, no, there's the big race, Ed, is going to be August 9th. It's called the Festival of Racing, but it's highlighted by the Arlington Million. It's $1 million turf race. They've got a Grade 2 Beverly D Stakes on the same card and a Grade 2 Secretariat Stakes. So if you're looking for one day to see the best of the best, Arlington Million, Beverly D, and Secretariat Stakes will all be part of the Festival of Racing on Saturday, August 9th. And Mark Hasse, the trainer of a Derby horse here, he's won a couple races of those races. He won the Arlington Million and the Beverly D in 2023. So yeah, lots to like about the New Kent scene. Admissions free, is pretty laid back. They've got canopies for the hot sun, but it's a great day, a great afternoon out.
Well, and also now we get back into the Derby. What about? I know this came up in the past. I think it was last year. Some of the international horses coming in, Japanese, wherever. Who is such, and what do you think their chances are?
Yeah, two Japanese horses today. Admire Daytona and Luxor Cafe. The Japanese horses have been 0 for 8 in Derby competition, but they are getting a lot more respect, and especially Luxor Cafe today, coming in off a big win in Japan. This is going to be his first race in the States, but it was a 2-turn win, was 4 to 5 wide through both turns, and just literally blew the field away. The question is, will this be their breakthrough year? Luxor Cafe is the son of American Pharoah, who was obviously a Triple Crown winner here in the last 10 years. So, yeah, it's whether this is the time, but Luxor Cafe certainly has got credentials bringing into Churchill today.
Yeah, Luxor Cafe is a horse I like a whole lot in this one potentially here, Darrell. I'm not sure whether it's a win. It could be a place or show situation for a trifecta exacta. But I want to also ask you too, we had a scratch in the last 48 hours with one of Baffert's horses. You outlined one of them being Citizen Bull in that one post, but Rodriguez, which won the Wood Memorial, that scratch by Asa stepping in, how much did that in the last 24, 48 hours change at all your projecting handicapping when you have a switch like that, or not a whole lot?
Yeah, I mean, Baeza's been within a length of journalism in one of his prep races, so it certainly brings credential. Actually, Flavian Pratt chose to uh, go on Baeza, so that says something too. I'm not sure if he's a top 3 or 4 selection for me, but he definitely warrants consideration in your exotics, no doubt.
Okay. And another horse is really getting a ton of attention here lately. I've seen some people picking it with the trainer William Mott. It's a classic closer, not your speed horse, is Sovereignty. What's your breakdown of that horse?
Matt thinks this is his best chance to win a Derby, possibly ever. He's 1 for 13 in Derby competition, but this horse won a nice prep race in Florida called the Fountain of Youth Stakes. Went on to compete in Florida next in the Florida Derby, got a real close second. Um, Junior Alvarado is going to ride today, but Sovereignty definitely. Bill Mott's going to. Anytime you see the name Bill Mott, who's obviously from the cigar fame, warrants consideration. And when you read a quote that says he thinks this is his best chance of any of his 13, you definitely got to include him.
Yeah, very big stuff there, Ed.
And Darrell, we always, when you're looking at it, and I was looking at the, trying to do my homework on this also, you'll see they'll talk a lot about horses being speed horses, and then you have some horses that are known for strong finishers. I'm assuming, being a novice at all this, strong finisher probably a little bit more important than speed, because a lot of times you'll see those rabid horses get out in front, people thinking, oh my God, they're going to win this by easy. And then all of a sudden they can't sustain it the whole track. And here comes that strong closer, good finisher. Contrast that idea of speed horse and strong finisher horse.
Yeah, I mean, speed horse, they're going to be the rabbits, and you've got horses like Bob Baffert's Citizen Bull, another one like East Avenue. They're expected to get out early. You got closers like American Promise, who we talked about as the Virginia Derby winner, and Sandman. And especially on a muddy track, I think it's going to slow down the front runners, and that only helps the closers like American Promise, Sandman, others like that too. So that's what's tough about advanced betting, given the forecast today. I'm going to wait till just before post time to make my bets. As a matter of fact, today I'm out at the harness track in Virginia, Shenandoah Downs, up in Woodstock, Virginia, between Winchester and Harrisonburg, and we're running this afternoon at 3 o'clock harness racing, but we're going to take the Derby as well. So got the luxury of waiting until just before post time to make your bets. But yeah, that's key, obviously.
Yeah, this race more than any other, Darrell. I mean, the waiting time is so important because the odds are going to change between now and post time significantly with this weather, isn't it?
It is. And the other thing too, the race is 1.25 miles here, and not many of the prep races have been 1.25 miles. So the front runners that are used to getting out in 1.16 miles and 1.125 miles race and maybe hang on, all of a sudden encounter, an extra furlong or two today. So that's another big factor. And as the Triple Crown continues to the Preakness and the Belmont, the distance increases as well. And that's what makes it tough for a 3-year-old to win the Triple Crown. So, but yeah, the odds are going to fluctuate for fans that are new to racing. You don't get the odds that you when you make your bet. The odds are when the gate closes and the horses burst out. Those are the odds that everybody gets. So it's worth your while to wait and see where your best value is going to be come 6:55 tonight, ready for that 6:57 departure for the Derby.
Right before things get underway on NBC. A couple minutes here with Darrell Wood, the horse racing expert, our guest here on 757 Saturday Sports Talk. Make sure you check it out online, virginiahorseracing.com, for so much more. And also give them a follow on the Twitter or the X at Colonial Downs on Twitter, Colonial Downs on Twitter or X, and rosiesgaming.com. Ed?
Darrell, also talk now about positioning. Where are they running from? Has a lot to do with it. I know in the Derby. I may be wrong here. Like position 8 or 7 has produced the best winners, and I could be wrong. Correct me if I am. And this is a crowded race, 19 horses. And of course, sometimes that spooks some of the horses that they really can't get it going. So explain about position. And also, if you could, how is it determined what positions they get?
Well, they do a post position draw that was last weekend, completely at random, and it's just a matter of pulling on a pill, and the horse gets that assigned spot in the gate. Inside outside tougher, obviously. Citizen Bull, Bob Baffert's horse has got quite a challenge leading from the rail. But again, early speed, which could be beneficial, and I'm sure Baffert's got that horse finely tuned for this performance today. But yeah, you want to be in the middle of the track ideally, and that's where horses like American Promise and some of the others from there, you give a little bit more credence to. But again, it's a crowded field. There's all kinds of traffic problems. Jockey's going to make a split-second decision, on what to do based on that crowded beginning, where to settle his horse, when that move is going to be, when he's best suited to make that move. So lots goes into it, and that's why you mentioned earlier in the show how important is the jockey. Well, it's a big deal.
And Darrell, if I'm not mistaken here, it's been almost 40 years since a horse from the one post won the Kentucky Derby, right?
It's been a while. Yeah, I don't know the number of years, but man, I'm sure you're spot on there.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So
Yeah.
before we let you run here and give you a chance to pop what else or promote what else people can check out with the horse racing, what's kind of your gut say right now? I know things are going to change a little bit here. If you were giving some advice to some newbies out there or these seasoned pickers of the horse racing, what's kind of your gut say right now as far as is journalism a heavy favorite to you? Do you like a couple other horses? What's kind of your potential strategy or what you would advise someone potentially?
Yeah, for years I spent Derby Day at one of the Colonial Downs off-track betting centers, and the number of people that will come in that have never made a bet or play one time a year will come in with $100 bill and come up and say, "What do I do? Help me out." And I think you want to have some fun with it. I think you want to play some long shots. $2 win bet, $2 show bet on some of the bombs because there are Giacomos that pay $100 and there are long shots that come in often in the Derby. So have some fun with it. Even at the favorite though today, because the amount of money being bet, because of the size of the field, journalism, who has won 4 in a row and on paper looks to be the best, I believe right now is 7-2. You're not going to find odds like that on a horse like that on pretty much any other day of the year. So you are getting value today, even on the favorites. But have some fun, spread the money out a little bit. This is even $20 can go a long way and get you a lot of action on Derby Day because of the value in this race.
There you go, Ed. So be like Oprah. Say you get $20, you get $5, you get $10. Throw it around to everybody.
Be honest, when I first started betting on the ponies here, that's what I would do. I would try to put like $1, something low on everybody, because that way I know I'm going to win something, but I got to make sure I don't put too much because you're going to lose a lot. And you did have a good statement with that. Have fun with it. Some people pick by the name, some pick by the color of what the horse is wearing. All kind of different things people would pick for, but I know we're going to get Darrell's pick before he leaves. The horse I'm looking at hard, Sandman, bring me some dough.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. And again, that's a Mark Cassidy horse who's had a lot of experience locally at Colonial Downs. His stable's been based in New Kent for the last 2 years. So there is a rooting interest. It's a $1.2 million purchase, but yeah, not a hometown jockey. He's a trainer, rather. He's a Hall of Fame trainer, Canadian, but has found Colonial Downs to be a home for a lot of his horses the last couple of years and anticipate he's going to be back in New Kent this summer. So definitely rooting for Sandman.
And one last thing here before we let you run, because we know you have some other hits to do today. Darrell, tell the folks where they can check out online if they want to stay up to date with horse racing in the Commonwealth from the Shenandoah down to Tidewater. And maybe if you have a win-play show, any type of prediction, superfecta, trifecta, exacta for the folks that you can gloat about later if you hit it.
Yeah, no, VirginiaHorseRacing.com is the site. ColonialDowns.com is the site. And a reminder to your viewers and listeners that there's 2 places out your way that you can actually be and make a bet rather today. Bucket's Bar and Grill in Chesapeake in the Great Bridge neighborhood, and then the Rosie's in Hampton, right by the Bass Pro Shop. Two places that you can be at 6:30 tonight, be in a shoulder-to-shoulder crowd, make your bets right there. And when that gate opens up in those places, I have goosebumps thinking about it. It's just, it's such a rush to be with other people on a day like today. So have some fun with it.
Two places in Buckets and Rosie's that Ed Young frequents from time to time. And when you go in there, tell him, hey, Darrell Woods said that Ed would buy you a drink. So do that when you go in. Darrell, always a pleasure. Have fun today with the Derby.
Wait, Darrell, you got to give us your winner now. Stop holding back and keeping your own million.
There he goes.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm going to go journalism followed by American Pharoah, or American Promise, rather. Again, the Virginia horse. Very, very, very good credentials for that horse. Third, I'm going to go Luxor Cafe, one of the incoming Japanese imports. And I think Burnham Square is kind of a long shot, but well bred to finish out. So journalism, American Promise, Luxor Cafe, and Burnham Square. And I'll make some other long shots too, I'm sure.
I love it. I have two of those four in my picks here. So enjoy the Derby day. Always a pleasure, Gerald. Say hello to our buddy Nick Hahn, and we'll talk to you again soon.
I will. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Darrell.
Darrell Wood with us here on 757 Saturday Sports Talk. We'll take a timeout. We got more coming your way.